A Muskegon pizza driver forced out of his clothes at gunpoint and then stuffed in his trunk. Today he spoke out about the whole horrifying ordeal in court as one of his alleged assailants is headed for trial. 24-Hour News 8 Steve Kelso is there. Steve?
And Brian Roy Ferguson thought he was just making another pizza delivery on March 19th when he says two men appeared on the porch. One of them put a gun to his back, forced him into the trunk of a car, and drove him around for about an hour, stopping occasionally to both torment, taunt, and terrorize Ferguson.
They had me get out of the trunk, and then they told me to take off my clothes.
Roy Ferguson, now stripped to his underwear, climbed back in the trunk, and they took off. Police say they are 17-year-old Micah Quinn on the left and 19-year-old Taylon Glenn. Glenn has already been sent to trial. Today's proceeding was to determine whether Quinn would join him. Quinn sat quietly in court, but he's already confessed to a Muskegon detective.
He made many statements, but that's the crux of it, that he and his co-defendant committed the robbery.
A robbery that netted only $20 in cash, but left Roy Ferguson pretty certain he was going to die.
Told me to go and kneel down and pray.
As Ferguson complied, he says Glenn approached him, gun drawn.
One of them pulled a gun, he pulled the trigger on the gun, and it clicked, and it just clicked, and then he laughed and said, "Ha ha, got you."
Ferguson described 3 separate stops that night. At one point,
One of them hit me in the jaw with the butt of the gun and the handle of the gun, and another one, someone hit me in the teeth.
he has only a vague idea of the length of time that passed. He believes about an hour. Quinn's attorney tried to poke holes in his testimony, attempting to establish that Ferguson could not have gotten a good look at his client in the dark. But Ferguson's memory of what Quinn's co-defendant did, he says, is solid. At the end of today's proceeding, Quinn found out that he will go to trial on this case, but that's not all. Immediately following the preliminary exam, Quinn was bound over for another armed robbery that happened just days before. Sue?